Alright, refugee supporters, gather around and get ready to make your support for refugees heard. So let's start with the new chant. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Gillard, we're talking to you.
Malaysia, not Nauru. Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Gillard, we're talking to you. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Gillard, we're talking to you. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Gillard, we're talking to you. Alright people, I propose to make our support for refugees known, we take a short march down here to the immigration department. We go on inside, we make some speeches, we make a bit of a fuss in the department that is prepared to export refugees to a country that is essentially a hellhole. Who is with me? Alright, let's go. Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking to you.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Gillard, we're talking.
Refugees are welcome. Refugees are welcome.
Refugees are welcome.
Refugees are welcome.
Refugees are welcome.
Now we're going to have a few speakers. Our first speaker is...
Hi everyone, selamat sejahtera. My name is JT. I'm an international student from Malaysia. I'm a proud supporter and defender of human rights and refugee rights wherever I am. They put tens of thousands of refugees in horrible conditions where there's no medical facilities and where refugees are tortured physically and psychologically. According to the report by the United Nations Refugee Convention, Malaysia canes over 1,000 refugees a year. If everyone doesn't know what caning does, let me tell you what it does, because I've seen it firsthand as a child growing up in Malaysia. Caning can actually leave deep physical scars where the flesh hangs loosely, because the caning process actually uses 180 kilometers an hour, just a whipping motion to actually tear open flesh. This shows you just how horrible the Malaysian government is in using such inhumane tactics to tell refugees their place when they come to Malaysia. Also, there's been over deaths within the detention centers in Malaysia each year due to lack of medical facilities, like I've said earlier. Many of them die from horrible diseases that can be prevented, but the Malaysian government outright neglects refugees' health rights. Many of these refugees are also forced to live in slums and forced to hide out of fear that the Malaysian government would crack down on them and send them to places where they do not know, or even, just the threat of caning. And if everyone's been following the news, there are several refugees from mainland China, a Muslim minority that have fled from China's persecution to them. They came to Malaysia, but Malaysia has detained them and are now threatening to deport them to places unknown. I also want to talk about other human rights abuses that the Australian government is sending refugees to in a place like Malaysia. Malaysia not only abuses human rights of refugees, it also abuses human rights of citizens and migrants alike. Just back in 2009, when tens of thousands of Malaysian citizens protested on the streets of Kuala Lumpur for social justice against the ISA law, which is the Internal Security Act. 10,000 Malaysian citizens found themselves running away on the streets of Malaysia because the Malaysian government has sent trucks, really big trucks armed with water cannons, and that's not it. Water cannons that are chemically laced.
Shame.
Not only were the trucks firing at full force these chemically laced waters, they were also charging at the peaceful demonstration, sending the trucks charging straight through them down the street while firing chemically laced water at them. Everyone must have also heard and followed the news a few months ago that hundreds of Malaysian activists, social justice activists, were also arrested for, again, coming out to protest against the Malaysian government's regime. Among their demands were social justice for citizens and migrants, as well as equal and human rights for refugees living in Malaysia. So that is why we must keep on protesting against the Australian government's horrible plan of knowingly sending refugees to hellholes like in Malaysia. What's also shameful is that the Australian government is signatory to the UN Refugee Convention, and they have dishonored themselves by sending refugees, by collaborating with the Malaysian government in doing inhumane things to refugees. Shame on the Australian government for sending people to their deaths. Shame on the Australian government for locking up human beings for being human beings, for seeking out human aid.
Shame.
Let the refugees in.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Let the refugees in.
Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Let the refugees in. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Let the refugees in. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Let the refugees in. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Let the refugees in. Not Malaysia, not Nauru. Let the refugees in. Not Malaysia.
Let the refugees in. Not Malaysia, not Nauru.
Let the refugees in.
Let the refugees in. Not Nauru. Let the refugees in. Let them stay in Australia. Let them stay in Australia. Send them to Malaysia. Let them stay in Australia. 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 Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud. Say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud. Say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud. Say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here.
Of course, we're here to protest the deportation of innocent, desperate people to a country that does not even recognise the right to seek asylum, and that country is Malaysia. The Labor Party, the Labor government, has reached a new depth of asylum in this country. Obviously, the Australian government does not want us to make our voices known inside immigration.
Shame! Shame!
But I think that we need to make a commitment here and now that we are prepared to stand up at every chance we have and speak for the rights of refugees, speak for the rights of poor people, and make a fuss whenever and wherever we can. I think that we have made our point, but just to make sure, let's raise our voices one more time, give a chant, and make sure that everyone here in immigration knows exactly where we stand. So, not Malaysia, not Nauru!
Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in! Not Malaysia, not Nauru! Let the refugees in!
Say it loud, say it clear!
Refugees are welcome here!
Say it loud, say it clear!
Refugees are welcome here!
Say it loud, say it clear!
Refugees are welcome here!
Say it loud, say it clear!
Refugees are welcome here!
All right, thank you, refugee supporters. Before we leave, let's make a commitment that one of the big places that we're going to stand up against this government's racist violence against refugees is at their Labor Party conference. I don't think that the Labor Party should be able to have a national meeting of all of their racist scumbags without having 1,000 or so of us out the front screaming at them. The Labor Party conference is in December. It goes over the 3rd and the 4th, that weekend. There is going to be a national mobilisation to demonstrate for refugee rights on Sunday, the 4th of December. It'll be in Sydney. Book your tickets now. They're cheaper if you buy them earlier. And get yourself to Sydney to make a national public stand for refugee rights and hold this racist Labor Party to account. Thanks for coming. And the next time that you have to show your opposition here in Melbourne will be at the Servo demonstration, September 16th. RAC has plenty of material about it. Come and speak to me if you're interested. Thank you.
Free the refugees! 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 Free the refugees!
Fantastic. It's where the good publicity.
We demand human rights for refugees.
It was like the middle of the day. I was on there. I was about to go have a shower, so wearing a fucking towel. And I went and opened the door.
Has that got sound on it?
Yeah. Okay.
That's please.
Hey, sorry. We moved that way a bit. Oh, you didn't want that one. Yeah, just quick.
So I wonder if they got any footage of us inside.
Alright, thanks.
Yeah, I know.